If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
Knowledge. Shyness is really about shame and the fear of rejection wired into us by evolution. It's irrational because we know there is nothing to be afraid of. However, the fear is still there. It's because our brain is used to the old ways. Getting rejected causes death and pain, and we are wired to run away from that desire. You can't beat shyness if you are comfortable with it. You need to desire something more out of yourself. You've got to be willing to learn and change even though it's hard. Vulnerability. Beating shyness requires action, and taking action against a lifelong habit of shyness requires being vulnerable. You need to stop trying to take everything on your own and ask for help. I wouldn't be able to break out of my shell if I hadn't gotten help from my friends and authors that I read their books. Action. Just as I said, you have to take action over and over to rewire your shy brain. Reading, therapy, or mindfulness doesn't do shit. You have to go out of your comfort zone and talk to people over and over again to beat shyness. Small doses. Confidence, just like anything good, takes time to build. So you just can't beat shyness in a day. You can only start small and build your way to confidence. The secret is to start facing your fear in small doses. Start with hello. Make few minutes of conversation. Introduce yourself. Crack jokes and on like that. Friends. Lastly, you are the average of your 5 closest friends. If you hang out with people who are always shy, then there is no chance in hell that you'll ever be confident. You need friends who are expressive. Their awesomeness will spread to you and you'll become expressive too. P.S. I made an email course about beating social awkwardness. You can check it out here if you like this answer. Most shyness anxiety stems from a subconscious fear to any given situation. To overcome this, you must do a deep emotion search to discover the cause of this fear. Once this is discovered, the conscious mind will invalidate this fear and your anxieties should subside. To learn more about anxieties and how to remedy them, read my book, The Anxiety Toolkit. It is available in both hardcover and ebook format. Looking at it from both a medical and situational perspective, The Anxiety Toolkit, an anxiety book for everyone, see link below, provides an overview of the biological, psychological, and social factors that contribute to the formation of anxiety and stress disorders. The treatments presented within are based on solid scientific research, verified by experts from various fields. The researchers have investigated the biological, social, and psychological factors that contribute to anxiety and stress disorders. This broad research base led to the development of numerous treatments that have proven to be highly successful. As a result, thousands of courageous individuals have reclaimed their mental health, restored meaning to their existence, and now enjoy rewarding and satisfying lives. The future is growingly optimistic for those who struggle with anxiety. Be confident that advancements in the treatment of anxiety, stress, and panic disorders will continue to bring hope and relief to the people and families affected by these disorders. People just like you. The Anxiety Toolkit, an anxiety workbook for all ages. Social Anxiety and Depression Self-Help Cures e-book, Steve Alkandros, Kindle Store. The next time you're invited to a party but afraid to go, try approaching this. Shyness may affect up to 40% of the population, but it doesn't have to be a life sentence. Referenced, 4 Ways to Overcome Shyness in 14 Days, Moldite. This does not mean that shyness is predetermined by inheritance, or that it cannot be overcome, Cheek said, but simply that some people are born more susceptible to becoming shy than are others. Finally, shy people tend to have what Carducci calls a limited comfort zone. They may be social and have friends, but they tend to do the same things over and over again with the same small circle of people, rather than exposing themselves to new social situations. Before doing so, he should practice the conversation with a friend or a counselor, Cheek said. Then the second time the shy guy speaks to the woman, he could talk about something a bit more personal, until eventually, he feels comfortable asking her out on a date. People should also realize that they need not take all their responsibility for any failure they might encounter, Cheek said. Sometimes another person is unresponsive for reasons that have nothing to do with the shy person. I go to a lot of local science fiction and fantasy conventions locally, The Twin Cities in Minnesota. Being shy around 3,000 people is like being in a desert. To overcome my inability to speak to people, I carry a sign saying, "Any question answered." It works like a charm. People ask the darndest things. I should mention that my childhood hero was that great improvisational genius, Groucho Marx. I know it's a gimmick, but at least it gets things rolling. My advice is to find something that works and stick with it. In time, you'll build up the confidence to socialize. I also learned to tell a lot of funny stories from my lifetime, during those awkward silences. Good luck. I don't think you overcome it. I think you can come to accept your individual personality and work with it to your best advantage, but a shy person is never going to be the belle of the ball, so to speak. In my experience, the older you get, the more comfortable you become in your own skin. The more accepting of yourself you are, warts and all, the more able to enjoy a healthy social life with friends who know you well and accept you just as you are. When that happens, shyness becomes a moot point. I don't think you overcome it. I think you can come to accept your individual personality and work with it to your best advantage, but a shy person is never going to be the belle of the ball, so to speak. In my experience, the older you get, the more comfortable you become in your own skin, the more accepting of yourself you are, warts and all, the more able to enjoy a healthy social life with friends who know you well and accept you just as you are. When that happens, shyness becomes a moot point.